we have our panel, so I'd like to thank the panelists for joining. This is a session on priorities with respect to policy, but what I'd like to do is, we have some policy, but I'd like to broaden it in terms of priority in general. We're moving towards the end of the meeting, and it would be good to get a sense from some senior people in different parts of the program to give us some advice on priorities they see for the program moving forward. So we have panelists representing three communities. We have important communities for our program. You know about the program now quite well. So agricultural and policy, food insecurity and humanitarian concerns, and then the space agencies and the geo data providers, because we're really tying those three together in the harvest context here. So I'll have the panel introduce themselves, and then I'll go in order that I have, which they don't know about, and ask a couple of questions, one or two questions, and have the panel really elaborate on their answers to that. We have some time, we have an hour, or more or less, 55 minutes probably. So don't be rushed, and one-word answers, I can then come up with other questions. So yes and no doesn't really work. So why don't we start at this end and then come to this side. So Kiersten, you want to introduce yourself, and I'll give you the microphone, which is working.
My name is Kiersten Johnson, and I am a Senior Monitoring and Evaluation Advisor at USAID's Bureau of Food Security. Mostly I'm a survey methods lead, and I also am working with my colleagues to integrate use of Earth observations data into our work in food security.
Good afternoon. My name is Jean-Luc. I'm working here in Washington, D.C. at the European Union Embassy. And my line of work is the cooperation in space with the United States of America. The European Union has two flagship programs. You probably know about Copernicus. We also have Galileo for navigation, and we cooperate also on research and space surveillance and tracking. And so we have a very strong relationship and good cooperation right now.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Koetz, and thanks for coming back for this last panel. I know it's a long day. I'm a mission and application scientist at the European Space Agency, focusing very much on the agriculture sector. So I have been working a lot with this crowd here from Harvest and the GeoGlam initiative, but also in more national type of applications, which I think we collaborate on and we bring into this system or this initiative also in the future.
Thank you. My name is Stanley. Unfortunately, my jacket didn't arrive in time. I work at the Strategy Planning and Management team in the AgDev program of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, before which I was 15 years here in DC at the Food Policy Research Institute, and I see many of my former colleagues around the room here. The AgDev, the Agricultural Development Portfolio in the foundation, it has a budget of about $400 million a year, and we have a strategy now which is around inclusive agricultural transformation, but very much on a country-focused basis. So very focused on 3 countries in particular in Africa. We have broader sort of geographic mandate with our partners at AGRA, but we focus from Seattle in Tanzania, Ethiopia and Nigeria, and several states in India, focused obviously on smallholder farmer development of both crops and livestock.
Hello, I'm Warren Preston, Deputy Chief Economist at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Our office, in addition to being responsible for doing policy analysis, regulatory analysis, and supporting decision-making by the Secretary, we house the World Agriculture Outlook Board. You heard from the board chairperson this morning, Sam Meyer, and one of their main responsibility is put out our monthly World Agricultural Supply and Demand estimates. So keeping tabs and coordinating across the department on our monthly projections on agricultural supply and demand. In addition, coordinating our 10-year baseline, looking at the longer-term projections for agricultural markets.
I'm still Lawrence Friedl with NASA headquarters. I am within the Earth Science Division. I direct the Applied Sciences program with a fantastic team that's spread across many different NASA centers.
My name is Zara. I'm with Planet. I focus on agriculture. I'm in the product marketing team, so helping us understand our product market fit. And my background is in the private sector and also the nonprofit world. So I've worked on projects in East Africa, and I'm very excited to be here tonight and talk about what we're doing.
Good, thank you. So I'm going to give the microphone to Warren. I'm going to ask you the first question. But I'm just have a little bit of a preamble just to sort of set the stage. In the presentation that Inbal gave this morning, she talked about the early days of the NASA-USDA cooperation. I mean, USDA continues to play a leadership role in the global forecasting production, and have used Earth observation, as Bob Tetro will tell you, since the very beginning when we had the first satellite systems up, and continue to use it today. In the 1970s, there was a NASA-USDA cooperation, and it was built, as the history goes, as I read it, around the need for improved forecast for the former Soviet Union, where there was an extreme drought event which took our country and the analysts somewhat by surprise. They knew there was a drought, but it was much larger than was expected, and the market impact of that was quite considerable. And at that time, 1970s, 1972, launch of the Earth Resources Technology Satellite, Earth 1. That's when I was an undergraduate, just finishing my undergraduate degree, 1971. Launch of ERTS, and they started a program to look at large area crop inventory estimation, and that was the beginning of the collaboration between NASA and USDA in the use of satellite data for production forecasting. The way the forecasts are developed at the moment, the production estimates on multiple sources of information, satellite's just one small part of that, but it's an important one, particularly for areas where there's uncertainty and where there's not a lot of access on the ground and information coming in. So we're seeing an increasing frequency of these extreme weather events over agricultural areas. There's some concern about what's happening in the US and uncertainty about the planting and the area harvested and what's happening with the trade embargoes. There's a lot of stuff going on in the US at the moment. Abby from AMIS sort of mentioned that this morning. We didn't get into details and we won't now. There's an extreme drought going on in Western Europe and what's going to happen to that. So we're paying attention. It's never going to stop. At the same time, there is dynamics in the crop areas. It's changing. It's a very dynamic system.